All right, brothers and sisters, make sure everything is good here. All right, I've got a live feed. We've got excellent connection. We've got 1 like already, which is incredible. All right, as you guys filter in, let me know the sound. Make sure it is good and appropriate for the quality of the content that we are going to cover, and then we will make this happen. All right, as you guys filter in, sound off where you're from, per usual. Love to see you guys on a Friday. All right, we got people coming in. That's good. Hey, if you guys are just now coming in, let me know how the sound is. The video looks pretty good. I think we're pretty good. Texas, nice Joshua Walls. What a Lang Lang. I love that. All right, so everyone's saying where they're from, which is amazing. The massholes. 5x5, sound heaven. Ooh, heavenly. All right, Jim, I see you. All right, man, we got some Texas in here. Lots of a few people in Texas, Oklahoma, Jamestown, New York. Oh, guys, keep sounding off where you're from. I love this. Now, the reason I love this legitimately is because it shows you guys you're not alone. Not just in your own little circles, it's everywhere. There are a lot of us, which is incredible. All right, everyone's filtering in. I love this at 200. Very good. Cruising through. Once we get to 500 per usual, we will get going on this bad boy. Man, look at all these states represented. Legitimately, this is incredible. Tempe, Virginia, Arizona, Minnesota, Georgia. Man, we just need to laugh at all this drama they try to create. Prudent, that is so true. That is so true. It's been extremely dramatic, if you will. Indiana, Texas, Maine checking in. Good, good, good. For all you guys coming on in here, like right now, just make sure the audio works for you guys. Making sure everything is good for everyone. We are almost at 350 viewers, which is awesome. Once we get to 500, we will cruise into this. Texas, Oregon, Iowa. Say Iowa. There you go, Rebel Rat. I said it. Central Florida, Oklahoma, Old Dominion State. Man, South Carolina, 5x5. Good, so the audio is working. That's incredible. Vermont, okay. Alaska, wow, man. Do you have a spare room? I love Alaska. The idea of Alaska. Vancouver, Washington, also a beautiful place. Love that place too. Rhode Island, listen, Rhode Island. Mark, we got to talk about this. Your man, Similari, what's his name? David Similian, whatever. The traitor. Yeah, that guy needs to go, man. He's no good. He's making an appearance in my 9 o'clock video tonight. All right, Jesse Meek. Knocking out the super chats. I appreciate that. Thanks for all you do from Kansas. Simplify isn't just a saying for Marine vets, it's a declaration. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Jesse. That is awesome. Thank you for that super chat. Panama City, Florida. Man, it is hot and dry right there, isn't it? Right now. I agree, Texas. Hey, everybody. Man, look at you guys all bonding. Love it. All right, so we are at 410. We are getting everybody in here. The likes are coming in. Thank you guys very much. Get as many people as you can into the stream because we have got to recap this very odd week in gun control. That should be the name of the show. The Odd Week in Gun Control. All right, Keith Mason. You're actually kind of teasing on my 9 p.m. show. AWB is coming and it's going to get the votes. Not in the Senate, it isn't. It's going to get it in the House, but that's just like, well, we're going to talk about a lot of that. So stay tuned for this whole show because we're going to hit on that as well specifically. What's up, Florida? TJ Sharkey, thank you so much for that super chat. Can we challenge Nadler to trial by cake? It's in British common law, so it should be allowed. You know what? I like that. Since we have to do all of our gun control trials and all of our prerequisite laws from British background, I like that. Also, nice little history tie-in, TJ. I like that a lot. Nicely done. That's right, Rebecca. We are not giving up. We are on the cusp of greatness. Pop can fix it. Assault weapon ban. We're going to talk about it, Pop. Don't worry. I promise. We are going to make that happen. And the 9 p.m. video after this is all on that topic as well. What's up, guys? Everyone coming in? VA Wolf. If the AWB passes the Senate, it would be a constitutional crisis. That is correct. Big if there. Big old if. All right, so guys, we are at 500 viewers and still climbing. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. And thank you for sending out the stream because we've got some stuff to talk about. All right, so Coaster Q, I propose a politician ban. I like that a whole lot. Let's do it. How am I doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. This week was particularly weird on the gun news week. It was all over the place. It was very odd. Oh, and also, so someone just brought up a very interesting point. Adam brought up an interesting point in the chat. What exactly is an assault weapon? Because the AP just put out a adjustment that said assault weapons can't be used anymore because it's not correct. So what's that about? We're going to touch on that too. All right, so guys, we've got lots of representation across the United States. As always, this is a live Q&A. We are here just to bond a little bit before the 9 p.m. show goes live, which we will filter right into the premiere right after this. This will end around 8:45, roughly, on Eastern Time, and then we'll filter right into that so you guys get all the information, because that is a big one. This assault weapons ban thing that they're talking about in the House, we got to hit it hard, because that is what we do on this channel. So that's kind of what we're doing going forward. As always, we're above 500, so we're going to get it going. If you have a comment or anything you want me to cover over here in the chat, please throw it over there. I would love to see, and as I try to keep up with the chats, I will answer those as appropriate. And then if I don't have a chat, I'll go over to my previously prepared recap. So with that, I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday and had a good week all the same. How y'all doing? What's up? Got some Colorado. Thank you, Bert. Doing a great job. I appreciate that, man. Manny, love to see the liberals freak out. Well, you're going to see a whole lot of that in the next 3 to 4 months, because if you guys have seen the polling right now across the board, you're talking about +8 against Democrats for Republicans. 116 days out from a midterm election where the president is at negative, or is like, I think 28 approval rating, and 88% of the country says the country's going in the wrong direction. Yeah, this is going to be bad. Oh, we got a super chat, Mike Ehrman. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it. That is awesome. You guys are so generous. It's incredible. I appreciate that. All right, so what's up from Maryland? Maryland, you guys are going to make some news when that Maryland AW ban comes out. That's going to be a big one. All right, trying to keep up all of these chats here. What's up, man? Upstate New York. All right, you guys are doing some good stuff. Have you had as good a week as possible? Biden is a 0. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. So Drew in Reno put up an interesting one. To my question earlier in the week, why do you think we need smaller wins before going after and destroying the NFA? Because you can just like the left does, you can take a elephant a bite at a time versus going after the entire thing in one bite, of which you will choke. That's what my personal opinion is. All right, TJ Sharkey has another super chat. Can we get the NFA repealed just to make the Dems freak out? You know what? I think it'd be much more fun not to do, for the freak out element, not to do that, but just to dismantle it piece by piece so they can watch it unravel. I think that'd be more fun if you're going from a fun approach. But anyway, just saying. All right, so everyone is getting filtered in. We're at 600. Love it. This is awesome. When's national reciprocity going to get ratified? Well, the national reciprocity actually has to pass. And I don't know if the Democrats are going to be voting for national reciprocity. That's actually why I didn't cover that, because I didn't want to put something out there that I didn't have confidence was going to pass. I didn't want to get you guys amped up for nothing. Darius Parker, another super chat. Thank you very much. Oh, with a follow-up from Doc Barstool. I see my Ohio people here. Sound off if you're carrying daily without a permit in Ohio. That's referring to constitutional carry. Please do. Go ahead. That'd be amazing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to touch on a few of the things, and then you guys can add commentary, and if you have a question, I'll try to catch it. So the first thing that I am going to recap from this week was one of my favorite things ever. Did you guys see the video with Michael Moore's new Second Amendment? Please tell me you guys saw that video, because it was glorious. Not my video. The fact that he did that was glorious. It was so funny. It was simply amazing. Snake says, enjoy listening to you, Braden. That Jared guy on the other channel has a funny accent. I'll tell you a funny story about that in a second, Snake, because me and Jared, I would say he's one of my closest friends in this industry. We spend a lot of time together. And it's a really funny thing. Oh, another super chat. Travis Young, keep up the good work. You are awesome. Thank you. Hey, I don't know about awesome, but I appreciate the compliment on the work. I have always believed hard work will pay off. All right, so... Oh, the Michael Moore thing was not a joke, Brando. I'm going to be honest. He put that out there. He has already said it's time to repeal the Second Amendment across the board. And when he put out that new Second Amendment thing with the whole repealing of the Second Amendment, he didn't even say what it was going to take. It was so funny. It was so funny. Unless, Brando, you just meant that was a joke like it was comical and he was serious, which I think you might actually have done. But anyway. Oh, we got another super chat from TJ. Michael looks more like a supersized Joseph. I can't. There's certain things I can't say on the YouTubes, TJ, but you guys know what he said. But yeah, so the thing that I loved the most about that was when he just flat out said, we're just going to repeal the Second Amendment. Didn't even go into all the requirements that it takes to repeal an amendment or to add another amendment when you get 3/5 of the Congress and 3/5 of the state legislatures to sign on. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. Oh man, that was a funny thing. All right, catching up here. Indiana looking a lot better. Everyone's carrying. That's awesome. Brando, I think we're on the same page. Another super chat. You guys are on it tonight. Adam says, shall not be infringed. Every gun law is illegal. The Second Amendment is absolute, just like the rest of the Constitution. And yep, my wife was correct. She just texted me and said, I missed a super chat from I Sell Cat Litter. That was an interesting text to get. Just back from the range and cleaning my new Ruger 1022 after its first sight-in. See, now that's a good day. Remember when that used to be Fridays? But now we have to talk about these fights? Man. Hey, see, this is why we're fighting, guys, so those things go to the next generation. All right, Frankenstein Firearms, another super chat. Worried the assault weapons ban will pass. We're going to touch on that in a second, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not, because I think right now a ham sandwich could pass the House, and I've told Jared that on Guns and Gadgets multiple times where he's like, this is going to pass. I'm like, yeah, ham sandwich could pass. And we get a nice little chuckle because it's true, right? If you look back at all the things that have passed the House, particularly around gun control in the past year, you had things like full-on AR bans. You had all these crazy, insane things that were not going to happen. You had things that were proposed around 1,000% increase on taxes for ARs. That didn't go anywhere. Like all of these things, a lot of them, you just have to understand, sometimes they just do things for notoriety and a headline because it doesn't cost them anything to do a bill. And, for me, that's kind of crap, but they do it. They do that a lot. Every time you see an election either get like a swear-in happen, like when Biden was first elected and you had Sheila Jackson Lee and Representative Al Green putting forward all these insane gun bills, they never even get picked up. It's the ones with the co-sponsors that are the problem. And that's what we're going to talk about on the 9 p.m. show, which is already scheduled. We're talking all about this assault weapons ban, and that's why we're going to dive in deep on it. All right, so 2 new super chats. Alan Davis, GG. I appreciate that, Alan. It's a good game. TJ Sharkey again. Man, TJ, okay. So how do we handle more Healy reinterpretation in the courts? Healy's? More Healy's. I have to look into that because I don't have enough to confidently speak on that. XDS9 says Jared seemed worried. Well, now hold on. Now, so this is a very important distinction, right? You can be worried something's going to pass because it's an infringement upon the Second Amendment, 100%. But there's a difference between being worried that these people are violating their oaths of office and the fact that it's going to get through and become law. And I think that's a very important distinction because, yes, I do believe that it's going to get to the House floor, and it's probably going to pass the House floor. But I'm not as worried about it getting to the Senate. But this entire time, since Biden has been inaugurated, has been about the Senate. That's been the whole thing. H.R. 8 and H.R. 1446. All of these bills have gone through, but nothing's happening. The reason why is because the Senate is holding that line, and that filibuster is holding strong. And the filibuster is not going anywhere. We talked about that a lot on this channel. Back when Biden was first inaugurated in 2021, it was all about the filibuster being abolished, and Manchin and Sinema said that ain't happening. That's an important thing to remember because the filibuster is still in place. It's been reinforced in place. All right, so I got a couple super chats I got to catch up on. Frankenstein, no one makes a ham sandwich like Meemaw. That's true. Ham sandwiches and turkey sandwiches are delicious. David Horn, $10. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Jim Bob, I thank you as well. You guys are really generous. Seriously, that's amazing. I appreciate that. Logic Rex is in here. Okay. So I'm going to catch up on a few of these chats over here. Let me see here. 5x5, everything sounds good. Good evening, everybody. Okay, we got some more people coming in. That's awesome. All right, good stuff. All right, so Nicholas, that's a very good point. So Nicholas brought up a point that said they just passed gun control in the Senate. Now he's referring to the bipartisan gun control bill that basically they created funding for red flag laws, and then they kicked and punted everything to the states. That is different than a law that would ban ARs, ban semi-automatics, ban hunting rifles. That is different. So that's one of those things where, while yes, they did cave 100%, that was gun control. It's a different type. It's like a different degree. I think that what you saw with the red flag laws was as far as they're going to go. And even John Cornyn even came out and said, we're not doing any more. It's not happening. Now, granted, I still have a hole in my back from where John Cornyn did it last time, but that's where they're at. Like I said, it depends what he's wearing and what the weather's like. All right, so I got a few super chats to catch up. Gene Walker, thank you so much. Sharky makes another appearance. I was meaning the reinterpretation of the assault weapons ban. Okay, that, for you guys who are just jumping in, we have a 9 p.m. show tonight. It's going to be a premiere. I'm going to launch it and jump right from here at 8:45. But I'm going to hit on that in depth. The reinterpretation of the assault weapons ban is absolutely a thing that is happening. Nadler came out and basically said that's going to be a thing next week. So make sure you guys are here because we're going to keep it up. But I'm going to hit that really deeply in the next video starting at 9. Frankenstein, by the way, love your videos. Appreciate all you do, sir. Hey, thank you. You guys we're in this together, and I genuinely love doing what I do. All right, Travis Young, God, you guys are on it with these super chats. Travis Young, if the Second Amendment isn't absolute, then the 16th Amendment isn't either. See, that's the thing with the amendments. When you get into this road of no amendment is absolute, even though it's all been completely proven in absolute, you get into this very messy situation. And honestly, that's why you aren't going to hear Democrats say that a lot. It's because it's honestly a stupid argument. Don Emerson, super chat, says the solution is to get out the vote in November. Great channel. I appreciate that for first off for the compliment, and secondly, yes, you have to get out and vote and bring everyone you know when you vote. It is the time to vote. If you want to get them, vote. You have to vote. I understand how a lot of people feel about it. Take 10 people. That's all I can say. You have to do it no matter where you are. All right, so man, that was a great run, you guys. Lots of good stuff in there. Red flag laws are not to be joked about. 100%, William, and I've never joked about red flag laws. What I'm saying is the difference of intensity of gun control passed through the Senate. The red flag laws were not red flag laws that passed through the Senate. That was funding for red flag laws. Now, they put in things like due process, and I'm not defending it by any means, but that's what they did. That is different than an all-out assault weapons ban going from the House into the Senate. That is a different animal altogether. In fact, they even tried to get that when they were talking about the bipartisan gun control deal, and the rush to get ARs or mag bans or raise the age limit is what stalled it from the Democrat side. So there is some history here to see where we're going, but a reinstatement of the assault weapons ban, I'm not 100% sure that's going to even get even close to the filibuster. So that's just my own personal opinion, but I'm not an expert. I'm not perfect, but I'm just telling you from what I see, that's what I believe. All right. Just catching up on some of the buttons. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you, Kenneth. That's right. I like that. Hey, we're actually doing pretty good on the likes. I like that a lot. I appreciate that, guys. All right. Wisconsin here. Thanks for your work. Really appreciate it. Hey, no problem, man. We are in this together. The only time I laugh at red flag laws is watching someone try to defend red flag laws and try to reason there's some form of red flag law that won't violate due process. 100% correct. Now, understand, really driving this home, I'm not defending red flag laws at all. What I'm saying is that's what their reasoning was, right? Red flag laws are obviously a violation of due process. There's lots of amendments that it's in violation of, but the whole point is that's what they were pitching as the solution. And even then, it was funding. It was not the actual national law, which is what the Dems wanted, but they didn't get. So I'm only trying to lay out the map of what actually happened here. Wisconsin, watching in Florida. Wisconsin, awesome. All right, super chat from Jason, President Braden, VP Jared, Attorney General Anthony. Hold on, that's getting a screenshot. Yeah, because I'm sending people that one. Both of those guys are getting that when I'm done with this chat. That's awesome. All right, man, the super chats are flying. Frankenstein. Most of my family is veterans, and all agree my grandfather is rolling in his grave where Biden disarm Americans, but arm ISIS in Ukraine policy. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of our current political executive decisions. Was that a nice way to say what I'm feeling? And Gene Walker, thank you so much as well for that super chat. You guys are doing awesome with the chats, man. The super chats are incredible. You guys are amazing. 900 people, such good stuff. All right, Adam. So there's that semi-auto gun ban will eventually happen thing again. So you guys, this is something that's obviously very clearly on the top of your minds. It did break this morning around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock this morning Eastern time. The semi-auto gun ban, I believe, will make it out of the judiciary or the judicial committee. It will. It's run by Jerry Nadler, and the Democrats run the House. Then you have to go to the floor. Democrats run the floor. They run the House. It's not going to go to the Senate the same way and the same energy that it comes out of the House, because that's just a different body. You got to get past the filibuster, and if I honestly have trouble believing that the Republicans are going to take 3 months ahead of an election and completely violate the Second Amendment, do an AWB when they have an 8-point lead in the generic ballot, and across the nation Republicans are winning. It just doesn't seem like a wise move. Now, again, not a fortune teller, but I'm just saying that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's all I'm saying. Thanks. I like your videos. You like it is, but don't talk forever. I'm trying not to talk forever, man. I'm trying my best. And Robin, that's actually a very good point. Too bad they can't address the real issues affecting the country. And that's one of these things. Okay, so you have to understand. I agree. I know, Nicholas, I know it's the same bird, but bear with me. One of the things that these people don't understand is if you don't address the root issue, then you aren't needed anymore. If you solve the problem, then you aren't needed anymore. And if you look at that from that perspective, from the Hegelian dialectic, you can kind of start to see like, oh, wait a minute. That's interesting how we have the same conversations and we just nip at the edges of problems. That's interesting. All right, so I saw a pretty good one. Wolf, you're fine, man. But everyone, see, that's the thing. I completely understand why everyone's worried about the assault weapons ban. I get it. I completely do. But at the same time, you also have to look at it from a perspective of probabilities, of outcomes, and what they have to go through to do it. And I honestly don't see that happening. That's just, that's my personal perspective. All right, another super chat from Gene Walker. What about the rhinos who voted for the last gun bill? That is a very good point. So the reason that the rhinos voted for in the last bill, and again, talking about the bipartisan gun control bill, that was specifically in the Senate, there were a lot of them that went over, and they absolutely did. Like I said, holes in the back with knives sticking out. It's a different degree of infringement. For example, when John Cornyn was coming out and saying we are not infringing the Second Amendment whatsoever, we're just going to do funding for red flag laws. Again, that was his thing, not mine. I'm just saying that was his reasoning that he put out there, right? He said we're not doing a assault weapons ban, we're not raising the age, we're not infringing upon any Americans' Second Amendment rights. That was the whole pitch. I'm not saying that they did good. I'm not saying red flag laws are good. What I'm saying is that was the pitch that they threw out there, right? But when they threw that out there, it also kind of gave you an idea of where they were. Because the gun talks were stalling until the Democrats abandoned the idea of banning something. And Chris Murphy eventually came out and goes, listen, I can't let the enemy of the perfect, or enemy of the good be perfect, or perfect be the enemy of good, whatever he said. And that's what you got. And that's why the bill came out with funding for red flag laws and not an actual red flag law. That's why you had increased scrutiny on 18 and 21-year-olds on some of them, not on all of them. That was the whole give and take. And again, I'm not for it, I'm not supporting it, but that's what you're talking about here. And I understand completely why people would be concerned about it, because in the back of my mind, I am a little bit as well. But at the same time, that self-preservation of the Republican Party, I don't think they want to throw a grenade in their own kitchen. And that seems like that's what that would create, on top of the fact that you have to get past the filibuster. And I just don't think that would 100% happen. But that's just my own personal opinion. Let's see here. A lot of things to catch up on. Rob Hill. Okay, so Rob Hill, that's a very good point. Rob Hill says, okay, we're not infringing. We're just paying for states to infringe. How is that different? How it's different is because they can say that, no, I didn't do it. I just put funding in place. It is no different in the end. But what I'm saying, their perspective is, and this is a political trick, no, I didn't put red flag laws in place. I didn't infringe upon the Second Amendment at all. I put incentives for states to do it. If they do it, that's on them. That's up to state legislatures. That's the game. It's completely a game. Anyway, that's my own perspective. But I agree with you, Rob. It's not any different, but at the same time, they can say like, well, technically I didn't get in trouble. It's nasty, dirty politics, and it's highly annoying. All right, got another super chat I got to hit. Bam Bam RV. I've got to kind of moderate this one because some things I can't say. Has a single situation person who is highly politicized in the news right now received a death penalty, let alone suffered? I don't know. In my own personal opinion, I think they should be never heard from again. But that's just me. Another one, Braden, keep up the great work. Really, brother? Hey, I appreciate that, Wolf. That's awesome. And TJ Sharkey, isn't bribery illegal? Bribery is illegal, but incentivization is not. Politics 101. You call it something different, then it's not the same. Such trash, but it's true. Frankenstein, a taco would be a better president than Biden. Oh, look at you referencing common day political things. All right, guys, welcome in. We are coming up on 1,000 viewers. You guys are incredible. 609 likes. I thank you guys so much. As I said earlier, we're going to bounce out of here at 8:45, and we're going to go hit the 9 p.m. show, which is going to cover that AWB, the AWB that's coming out of the House. We're going to hit it hard. We're going to do a premiere, and I'll be right there with you. So if you're just joining late, that is the update. We have talked about a lot of things. Make sure you put it in the chat, and we are going to jump to a few other things. But you guys have been keeping my attention solid over here in the chat, and I appreciate that. Jim Bob with a super chat. I appreciate that, Jim Bob. Thank you so much. I love that emoji. That's great. All right. Paul Bald says, I'm late. I was just watching Jared's vid on the assault weapons ban that Nadler is calling for a committee to vote next week. That is true. We've been talking about that a lot in this chat. And Paul, that's my 9 p.m. video is exactly that. One of the cool things, Ostia, I'm not answering that on YouTube. Are you kidding me? One of the things that's different between Jared and I is we have a different approach. We still have the same end goal and end destination, but we have different perspectives on things like that. And that's his is going to be a little bit more in your face, like kind of delivered like a police officer would, if you will, because he was. That's going to be a very deliberate, just the facts, ma'am. And I kind of take it from a different perspective. But I think we end up at the exact same place. All right, super chat from James Brandon. The truth that both our side and the anti-gun side will have to realize, nobody who is serious about their guns, good or bad, is going to comply. So now that's an interesting point, James. What that goes to is an independent nature, an independent streak in Americans, right? It's once you've made up your mind on this is our Second Amendment right, people have died for these rights, people have died for our Constitution, for our Bill of Rights, where are you going to go from there? Like that's an extremely valid point, James. Very well done. Taxpayer, Braden, don't censor yourself. Speak your mind. We love it. I appreciate that, taxpayer, but some of the things I can't put on YouTube because I won't be able to speak my mind anymore. Like, let's just call that what it is. Oh, by the way, a little thing for you guys because you're in the live chat. I was talking to Rumble, and I actually have a Rumble account now. They brought me over, and they talked to me about a few things. We had a few conversations, and I'm there under Langley Outdoors Academy. If you want to ever go over to Rumble, I'm over there doing the same stuff and some other great stuff coming. So just a little live show sneak peek. Revolution Hunting, thank you so much. I appreciate super chat. You guys are so kind with your super chats. I really appreciate it. The emojis, those are funny. All right, let me catch up over here in the chat because some of them I've missed. Let me see here. Love my shirt. That's true. That's true. I'm just trying to catch up. That is Puma. You are correct. That is very true. All right. Go Rumble. Yep, I am over there. Let's go other great stuff. That's right. Well, Rob, I am over there. Lou, the glass guy, we have another super chat. Are we obligated to follow unconstitutional ruling? Now, obviously, that's a decision for yourself as an independent person, right? I'm not going to advocate for it one way or the other on the internet. But what I can tell you is unconstitutionality has a very set form of correction in our state, in our form of government. You just saw the Bruin decision completely unravel unconstitutionality. You just saw the EPA versus West Virginia ruling completely destroy the bureaucratic overreach of the executive branch. But all of those things, we have a recourse. It takes time to effectuate it, and that's that. All right, I got another super chat. You guys are killing it. Awesome. Jim, loved your anti-Chipman vids, and he was pulled. Didn't see as much about you from Steve D, and he got confirmed. Thoughts? Love your channel. Thank you, Jim. That's actually a very good question. So, with Steve Dettelbach, when he just got confirmed, one of the things about Steve Dettelbach was he was obviously a Chipman light. If he's going to be put in place by Biden, he's going to do what Biden wants. But the fact of the matter was, he was so milquetoast and boring that I had a very good feeling that they weren't going to resist him heavily, and if they didn't resist him heavily, then they were going to come in and pick off a Republican senator or two, i.e. Susan Collins or Portman, which is what happened here. The reason I didn't cover it as much. I did cover it when it was first announced, but as I went forward, it didn't really go anywhere until all of a sudden when they pulled it from the nomination, like when they pulled it from the panel, because it got stymied in the judiciary, in the man, I can't remember the name of that place, the confirmation court. So that's why I didn't cover that much, because it kind of stalled and then it came back with a vengeance. At the same time, Bruin was going through. At the same time, we had the Senate bipartisan deal. That's the only reason I didn't really cover it that much. All right, I got a couple super chats to catch up to. Emerson, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I'm just kind of checking the chats really quickly before I get to the other super chats. Eric Lee, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Live at LangleyFirearmsAcademy.com. That is the best way to send me an email and just get something in front of me. That's just my generic outreach email, but I always check it a couple times a day, a couple times a week. Same name on Rumble, right? That is correct, Logic. Yes, that is. What's my over-under on this assault weapon ban that is being pushed up to the floor? I think it's going to get to the floor, and I think it's going to pass the House, but then it's going to stymie just like H.R. 8 and 1446. That's my opinion. All right, let me get these super chats. You guys are being awesome. Jason Oni, once upon a time, they tried to take our gun. Please see 1776. Some things I just can't say out loud. TJ Sharkey, I love it. Can we all host a pro two-way convention to dispel myths in Massachusetts to win on gun control territory? So that's actually a very good point. The time that we have that's coming up, potentially where you can take back ground, is after this next midterm in November. We legitimately have an opportunity to take land or take political land in legislative branches, in state legislatures, in federal legislatures. You're talking about a dramatic increase in representation that can be taken if you guys vote. I'm telling you, if you get Pennsylvania, Doug Mastriano, if you get him as a governor, you're talking about Second Amendment sanctuary status. He's already offered it. You're talking about concealed carry, national reciprocity. All of these things are possible. We have to put the people in who do it. And Mastriano actually, he could do it. Just like Oz is putting out some amazing ads against Fetterman, which I'm going to cover, are hilarious. All right, I got one more. Speed Demon. Join Truth Social. I'm actually on Truth Social, Speed Demon. Thank you for bringing that up. It's at Braden Langley. It's just, that's it. So I am there, and I post there every night when I put a video out, and I do a few every once in a while. All right, Frankenstein. It's hotter in Texas than that laptop leak. Yeah, I've heard it's really hot in Texas right now. I was listening to Glenn Beck, and he was saying it was like 190 or something. All right, let's see here. Let me just catch up on some of these. I emailed you about a promotion video. If someone emails me about a promotion video, it has to go through a organization that I partnered with, and I've taken the necessary steps for that, Herrera. Going through here, just kind of catch up all the chats, make sure you guys feel recognized here. How does this new gun law that President Biden put into effect affect anyone who wants to do a transfer of a firearm? It depends which one you're talking about, Daniel. If you're talking about the Senate bipartisan deal, which is the only one they've really signed, it doesn't really affect a transfer. All it affects is really funding is available for red flag laws in states that apply due process, which the 19 states that apply red flag laws aren't going to do it, at least currently. What is your Twitter account again? That is, my Twitter account is at Braden LOA. That is that. Just catching up here. Man, you guys are awesome with the chat. You guys are so active. This is awesome. 1K. Yep, we're at 1,000 viewers, which is pretty awesome. Sawed-off shotguns. Oh, okay. How long before we hear from the courts about the Second Amendment turnaround? That's a very good question, David. So I think what David's talking about is the cases that were pending in the Supreme Court system for like mag bans, AR bans, California rosters, things like that. They were sent back to the circuit court. They don't have a date on when we're going to get them back, but the underlying verbiage that I've heard is you're talking about months, not years. That's what I've been told. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not involved in those cases. That's just what I've heard through the grapevine, if you will. Brayden, do you have an email address? Yes, I have a public-facing email address. It's live at LangleyFirearmsAcademy.com. You guys can make sure to do that. Worm Dirt. Make sure you guys watch my 9 p.m. video. I'm going to cover just that around the AWB thing coming out of the House. I believe it's going to pass the House. I don't believe it's going to even get a chance in the Senate, just like H.R. 8 and H.R. 1446. All right, so while we are here doing this action, I'm going to get the other videos scheduled up, and then once we do that, we'll be in a spot where we can jump over there at 8:45. Just let me do this really quickly so I can hit buttons. Look at this. Look at this multitasking. This is technology right here. All right, we are at 9:15. Boom. Boom. All right, and just like that, beautiful people, we have the premiere scheduled for 9 p.m., and I will see you there for sure. All right, got another super chat. Thank you, guys. Did I see what happened in Sri Lanka? That's an insurrection. That's an insurrection, not a granny taking selfies. Also, don't the controllers know how easy it is? Nope, you can't say that part. But yes, I did happen to see what was in Sri Lanka. That is a crazy, crazy situation. If you guys are ever interested in looking at history happening in front of us, go into that. You'll find out what I'm talking about if you go through all of that and look into the details in the history and where that went, because that was crazy. And that's not, and Italy's doing something very similar. It's lots of things are happening. Things are popping off on these streets. Just saying. Man, you guys are keeping me so busy that I'm not even I'm not even getting a chance to go through all the predetermined talks that I have, which honestly I'm totally fine with. Let me just make sure I do one thing real quick. All right, so that is good. Good. All right. Making sure that was ready for you guys, because that's what we do. All right, I got a couple super chats I got to hit. Arctic Wolf, thank you so much. That is incredible. You guys are incredibly generous. Logic Rex, super chat. What is your opinion on revoking qualified immunity of LEOs, law enforcement officers, that violate not only the Second, but all of our rights in general? And thank you for all that you do. So here's I know there's a lot of emotion on that, on something that you could answer around that, but here's my honest to God thought. My honest to God thought is, if you violate an oath that you've taken, you need to be able to remove someone who's violated that oath. Not because that's what they deserve or anything of that nature, but if you actually violate an oath to an entire country and a constitution, and you advocate that you're part of that, you need to be held to account. Now, nothing insane, but at minimum, you should be removed from office and not be allowed to run for office again. And at maximum, depending on how bad it is, I think you're talking about potential court time. But I don't know. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just throw that out there. Frankenstein, DD Mark 18 with YHM Turbo K. I got mine. Range time. Now I'm not going to say what those acronyms are, but but that's awesome. That sounds like fun. All right, so let's see here. You guys are just killing it with all these talks and chats over here. Assault weapons ban. Now, trend, that's absolutely. So 9 p.m. at 6 minutes, we're going to end this live stream, and we're going to jump right over to the premiere. I've got the link right here, and that's where we're going to be in 6 minutes for that premiere, and we're going to address just that, because the assault weapons ban that's been reintroduced is very important. So if you guys are just jumping in at 9 p.m., I'm going to launch that video for the AWB ban that's been reintroduced by Jerry Nadler. We're going to hit that. We're going to end this at 8:45. So that's where we're going. Again, that link is right here, opening on another tab, and we will go over there, and I will jump with you in that premiere. But a couple more things I want to talk about here. Oh, we got another super chat. Lozo Way 450. No 2A, no women rights will be fought for. Okay, hey, I read it, right? All right, so let's see what else we got over. Just got my freedom seized today. That's what I'm talking about. That's true, Tom. There has been no recourse for oath breakers. What about the California AWB? That's a very good question. So that's still pending. It's going through the court system, but the big thing is Bruin has basically changed that entire situation. The way that it's going to be determined and the way that it's going to be incorporated is completely different now. That two-step process is gone, which is the only thing that was holding them back. So I'm expecting good things. Same thing with the Maryland case, but I'll have to wait and see. Frankenstein, another super chat. Optic ideas for my DDM 4v1 I just bought. I personally like Vortex a whole lot. Oh, man. James Brandon, in my opinion, women being more vocal could save the 2A. So now, James, you just brought something up. This is very interesting. I actually have a inverse opinion of that. I have seen more women standing up and taking part in the 2A than I've ever seen before right now, currently. If you think of however you feel about our Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you think about Lauren Boebert, if you think about all the women that are doing the DC project, if you think about all the women that are buying guns for the first time, there's a lot of opportunity that's coming and being brought into the Second Amendment world by females. And I mean, minorities the same way. Like that ownership in 2021 to 2022 had never been that high ever on record. And that's a big part of one of the reasons we're moving in this direction. That's also part of the constitutional carry movements we had. Young woman in Nebraska was leading that charge. She's like 25. She's a state senator. There's lots of women that are going out there and really stepping up. I mean, that's personally my opinion on that. Oh, man. Let's see here. Louisville, Kentucky, awesome. Oh, Lewis, that's a very good point. Except it's happening in Sweden and Norway along with Sri Lanka. I assume you're talking about instances or like situations, or are you talking about like social upheaval? Just curious. Four box diner. Yeah, I need to email that guy back. He emailed me about something. All right, man, you guys are killing it. We got like 3 minutes. I didn't even get to prepared documents. That was awesome. You guys kept me going the whole way. That's incredible. That was so much fun. You guys were on it tonight, feeling spicy. And again, that is the video we are going from here. If you want to see all about the AWB bans in about 3 minutes, I'm going to shut down the live stream, and then we're going to go to that link, and I'm going to see you guys there because we're awesome. Just saying, we're going to have some freedom, do a premiere, and I love doing that. If this passes, how do we protect ourselves? All right, so I completely understand that you guys are very concerned about this, 100%. I get it. I don't want to underscore the importance of blocking this, but I also want to be realistic and say that the odds of this getting through the Senate are extremely small. But that's just my own personal opinion. A couple super chats to wind us down here. My dad's dating my ex-wife's mother-in-law. Seriously, I grew up in Arkansas and I live in Texas. Need I say more? My ex said it was Trump's fault. I don't even know what to do with that. James Brandon, another super chat. You guys are awesome. Feminism and gun ownership should go hand in hand. That's actually an incredibly important argument because it does more so than you'd think. When you start going down, I actually have a good friend of mine who claims to be a feminist but is openly a conservative, and she'll see the light eventually. Another super chat from Chris. I hope that doesn't happen. Can't read that one either. Some of these, you guys, I want to read them, but I can't. You guys can read over there if you want to check that out. But that's just the thing. That's a thing we live in because you guys know how this works. I agree. Unarmed citizens are subject. You are correct. You are correct. 100%. All right. Let's see. Let's keep on going. I do need to talk to that guy at Four Box Diner. We all moved to the same state. That'd be funny if Texas just became like the reddest thing ever. Man, you guys are awesome. 900 likes. You got 1,000 viewers. You guys are incredible. The super chats are incredible. Nikki girl, thanks Braden for all you do and for keeping it real. I try to, Nikki. I try to keep it real on these internet streets. 2 videos a day when I'm not falling asleep because it's exhausting sometimes. Oh man. Good. You guys are doing awesome. I know I'm forgetting the Rhino GOP, but even the Rhino GOP has self-preservation desires, and that's just my own personal opinion. All right, so another super chat. He just wanted to keep it in the family, talking about his own earlier comments. Oh man, goodness gracious. You speak for our hearts, sir. Well, I appreciate it, Austin. Thank you for all you do. Hey, you guys, we're in this together. I appreciate you guys watching because I could not do this without you guys. One more time. That is the stream where we're going right after this for the video, the premiere video, to launch it, get it really far. The premieres do a great job of making it move fast when a video launches. It's launching at 9 p.m. That is the premiere link right there. I'm going to slow this down here in a second, but that's where we're going in a minute. Christopher Sola, Jared from Guns and Gadget, is not that optimistic of that not passing because of what happened with the last bill. I completely understand. And here's the honest, and I would tell Jared this too. I honestly I have to wait and see what happens with it. But I just simply don't see a gun control bill of this magnitude and this intensity passing through the Senate 3 months before an election when the Republicans are winning this large from Republicans overriding their own filibuster after they've already said nothing's happening with this. I don't see that being a thing. Even Chris Murphy said the votes aren't here for AR bans. Even Chris Murphy said the votes aren't here for MAG bans across the board. So that's my stance on it, and I completely understand where Jared comes from. We talk about this a lot, but that's just I'm on the optimistic side because we're going to pass the blessing on to the next generation, one way or another. It's going to happen, and that's my road. That's my creed. Ooh, another super chat, James. Thanks from all of us here for all you do, Brayden. Thank you. Hey, thank you, James. Thank you, guys. You guys are incredible. All right, so there is the link right there, guys. We've got about 960 people in here right now. I would love to see all you guys over there. I know it's unrealistic, but it'd be really cool if you guys could jump over there and hang out with me right over there, where I'm going to be doing a premiere to make this next video go big, because this is an assault weapons ban video that we need to send out hard. And all the likes, all the comments, all the chats, all the premiere views, that's big. Love the work you do. Thank you. Hey, thank you guys. We were incredible. Oh, man. All right, guys. With that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that link in there one more time. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. So thank you so much for hanging out with the live stream, because I didn't have a chance to get to the pre-prepared material because you guys were keeping me so busy, and I deeply appreciate that. All right, so jump on that link right there, and I will see you guys over there where I will be doing the premiere. I'll be chatting in there with you. We'll be watching it together. It's going to be great. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe, and thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Jason was one last super chat. Still excited to pass the blessing of the two-way on to the future generations, and that's what we're going to do. It's going to take optimism and hard work, and we can make it happen, and we start this November. All right. Let's get it, guys. So what I'm going to do here is wind this down. I will see you over there. I will be there personally at 8:50 because I have to get a drink of water because I've been talking this whole time. But I love every second of it. No. So we're not heading to Rumble. The link in the chat is the specific premiere for the video that I've got up right now that's launching in 10 minutes. So that's what the video link is. 1,000 likes. Hey, 1,000 likes is good. I like 1,000 likes. That's incredible. That's amazing. Later, Lang Lang. Thanks. I don't know if Ben Shapiro has a hairy back. That seems interesting. Firewater? No, just water. Legitimately just water. All right. Newly subscribed. Welcome to the party, Gromit. I'm going to be bouncing out of here in about 2 minutes. I'd love to see you guys over there. Then we're going to hit this and hit this hard. Man, these live chats are so much fun. These are a lot of fun. I love it. Crazy. You got to start somewhere, man. It's okay. Yeah, 1,000 likes, man. I have never hit that before. That's incredible. All right. Mark from Illinois. Barley, water, everything. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you at the premiere. And if not, I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points. I'm Brayden. See you later.